Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys have an awesome day. Some of you guys wanted to see the Argentine boa, and here she is. So she is a nightmare. She's probably the worst snake that I have. Her attitude is miserable. She hates life. She hates me. She hates everything. So hopefully I don't get bit in the face by her, but she is gorgeous. I've had her for a very long time, and she's very healthy, doing well. We just saw her eat a few videos ago. And every time I go past her cage, every time I open her cage, she doesn't just like lunge out to bite. She strikes and she bites multiple times. Like she's definitely on the hunt to kill me or whatever is going in her cage. But once she's out and she calms down, she's decent. More decent than what she is in her cage. I don't trust her around my face at all, but man, this girl is beautiful. So this is just a classic black and white Argentine. She is 100% pure. This is exactly how you would see her down in South America. There is a few other variations of her, but I definitely like the black and white the best. Her belly looks really, really nice. And they do change a little bit of colors. They're more of a nice gray as babies. And after about a year, they turn very dark, and then they get a lot more of the patterns, which is beautiful. She's getting big. She's getting nice and thick. She's on large rats, which is fine, and feeding her accordingly as a pet. She's not a breeder of any kind, but it's really sad because these snakes are on the watch list for the endangered list down in South America because the human population is overtaking their natural habitat, so it is illegal for them to be imported into the States, which does suck. So when you do find breeders, there's not that many of them. There are some good breeders in Canada. They're pretty pricey. I don't know if the prices have fallen on them, but the last I saw, they're around $1,000. I mean, you could probably get some for around 800, you know, depending if the guy wants to or the girl wants to move them, the breeder, whoever. But just be ready to dish out for a female, probably $1,000 for one of these. Definitely worth it. It's nice to have rare snakes or snakes that could potentially be completely extinct in the wild. And then you have one in captivity and keeping the species alive and well. So, you know, a lot of people hate zoos and breeders, but, you know, snakes like this, that once they are gone in the wild, we can still let their legacy live on through good breeders and projects like that. So just want to show you guys that she's doing extremely well. She is very curious right now, which is good. Her eye bands are just amazing. So she's definitely in a good temperament right now. She's a decent size. If I fed her jumbo, she definitely would bulk up super fast. But again, it's very easy to overfeed boas. And once you start overfeeding them, they get kidney failures, liver failures, heart issues. So it's just nice. It's just good to keep good practice. I mean, I understand breeders pump full of food to get their babies to get their money back because it's business. But as a keeper, I want her to stick around as much as I can. So let's check out some more snakes. Alright, we have not seen this lady in quite some time. She's definitely got some weight on her since the last time we've seen her. This girl is gorgeous, amazing, super gentle, and this is the Pearl Burmese Python. So sorry Florida, sorry Georgia, y'all can't own these, and that is a shame. These snakes are very intelligent, they're super docile for their size, and they're just a joy to own and to work with. But like I said, this is the Pearl Burmese, so it's the mix of the hypo and the albino. So the hypo's amazing, the albino looks phenomenal, but when you put them together, you get this super cool combo. This is probably my favorite gene other than like the caramel ball python, or sorry, Burmese python. I got too many ball pythons. But I just love the colors. I like the yellows, the brightness, and you can tell she's aging and her colors are still here. Unlike ball pythons where they fade out as they get older, this one seems to get a little bit brighter or not fade out at all. So very nice contrast on the colors between the whites on the belly going into the yellows on top, and I love the patterns. It definitely reminds me of like a giraffe. It might remind you guys of some other animal, but a giraffe definitely with the spots. This girl is gorgeous. So she just got done eating a big old fat jumbo rat. So now I can hold her and hang out with her. And you can see she's super sweet, super docile. And as babies, they are a little bit hissy. I've never been bit by her or nipped, but they definitely act like they're going to strike at you and get all you know, they swell themselves up, look bigger than they actually are. They hiss at you just to scare you away. But with a lot of attention, they do very, very well. So no, she's not a massive giant, but she's a gentle giant as is. You can get these snakes at like a year and a half up to like 13 or 14 feet, super fat. All you gotta do is pump them full of food. I don't need the internet sensation or the internet clout or whatever it's called to have massive snakes just for views or attention. I like my snakes to stick around and be nice and healthy. Once you start pumping these things full of food, you know, and they get super fat. They get fatty pretty quickly. They got heart issues, liver issues, their kidneys fail, and all that horrible stuff. So I want her to stick around for quite some time, just like all my other snakes. So, you know, when you see these in the wild, they do get massive as adults, but as they're growing up, a lot of times in the Everglades, they're not looking like tree trunks like that, you know what I mean? Because their food out there, they're optimistic eaters. They'll eat when they find food, but since they're in captivity and they don't get exercise and we just pump them full of food, I know people who feed their Burms 3 or 4 times a week just to get them super fat for Instagram and stuff like that. Now breeding, I understand that because it's a business. You got to get them bigger to get the money, blah, blah, blah. But I don't breed these at all, so I don't need to pump her full of food. And she's just a phenomenal pet. As you can see, she's not hyper, she's not crazy like the anacondas. Those things give you a workout and will definitely, you know, make you sweat. They're powerful. The anacondas are 10 times more powerful than her at the same size. But, you know, it's just a good snake. If you get tired of ball pythons and you want to stick with the python family, I mean, I would say this is just a very gigantic ball python. Super chill, super relaxed. They like to hide. They're calm. You can hang out with her and just about do anything and everything. You can let really anybody hold on to these, and you know, I wouldn't be worried that she's going to bite anybody. Now the anacondas, I don't know, or any other big snake like the Argentine Hathouse, she would probably bite somebody, but we don't need that. So I just want to show you guys how awesome she is, how awesome Burms are, and get one if you don't have one and you're a collector. I think everybody needs one. Just make sure you have the space, the money for the food, and the time to clean up, because big snakes poop a lot. So definitely needs a lot of attention. But she's going to eat another jumbo here in another 2 weeks. I like feeding her the jumbos every 2 to 3 weeks. And I've noticed that she's got some good body mass and muscle on her. So there's really, I would say there's no fat on her at all. But anyway, just want to show you how she's doing. We haven't seen her in a while, and I still have her. So that is good news. So we'll check out another snake. All right, and to end it off, I'm going to show you this beautiful lady. This is a VPI IMG. This girl is gorgeous. I love the colors, the contrast on her. If we can turn her around for a little bit, look at the belly on her. Very nice blacks, deep blacks, a lot of nice whites on her. Just really, really nice contrast. So the VPI IMG, the IMG is, for most of you already know, it's the increasing melanistic gene. So the snakes that have these go very, very dark, depending on what genes you have at play. The less the genes, I do believe, can go almost solid black, but once you're adding a bunch of stuff into it, it still goes very, very dark, but you can still see a lot of the pattern. It won't go completely black, which is good and bad, depending on what you like. But the IMG, oh, this is what she has. So the VPI, it's the caramel albino. So it's not a true albino, but it does give off albino characteristics. So the eyes are not red, the body's not white, it still has colors and pigmentation in it. It's just a different style of albinos, which is why I think they call it caramel. So it offsets very nicely, as you can see. Still a very dark snake, but it's not going to get completely black because of the contrasts and the mixing of that VPI. So this should be what she's going to look like as an adult, which is going to be phenomenal. Love the colors. I love her eyes. If you can see, probably not, but just a really, really pretty snake. Nice head pattern. Again, nice pattern down the belly, on the sides, and on top a lot of iridescence on her, which is crazy with her being a black snake, blackish snake, very dark. You still see a lot of these awesome patterns, and that tail just looks phenomenal. So she can be a little nippy, but only if you get her too riled up. So we're going to end it on her. Thank you guys for the support. subscribe, like, all that good stuff if you like seeing these, and let me know which snake was your favorite. I'm going to start hitting on the boas maybe a little bit harder than the ball pythons, more of the anaconda stuff, but we got a lot going on with the ball pythons. We got breeding, we got eggs coming up, cutting eggs. All that is going to be super exciting. So thank you guys again. Hopefully you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys on the next video.